welcome back. Today I just wanted to do kind of like a catch-up video. I finally got my couch set up over here on this side of the room, so I'm really excited about it. It's making me feel really good and making me want to film more. It just makes me feel like a freaking queen. So without further ado, let's just get into it. I just wanted to let you guys know a couple things that have been going on, reasons why I haven't been on YouTube as often, just things that have been going on in my life. I've been on this creative block because of the pandemic and just like staying inside all the time. I haven't been as creative as I want to be. I'm sure if you're also a creative person, you understand. I haven't been wanting to make YouTube videos, TikToks, take selfies, anything with my social media. I've just kind of been off of it. I don't really know why. I guess there's been a lot of negativity on there lately, especially on Facebook. There's like a lot of stuff they always try to put into your head. Just all these bad things that are going on that you should be mad about. That's not my vibe, so Facebook has definitely been one of those that I've been staying off of. It's hard because you just get on to scroll and then you tell yourself, oh, I could be making content. It's just kind of a struggle between not wanting to be on social media and having to be on social media because it's pretty much my job. I try to follow more positive pages, people in real life that I really actually resonate with. It's been a little better, but that's one of the things that's been going on with me. The other thing is I got a job and I quit. I got this job at a restaurant. Normally a restaurant job is like pretty easy to me. I've been a waitress at like really fast-paced restaurants, so it's like a piece of cake. When you've started doing stuff as an entrepreneur, it's just really hard to go back to work and get into that workflow. Constantly be like breaking your back for other people at this place where you don't even want to be at and all the people are rude to you. And to like go back into that after I had already been doing this, what I love, which is YouTube and videos and editing and all that. I don't want to have to be stuck in that mindset of living paycheck to paycheck. Like if I'm gonna be struggling, I'd rather be struggling doing something that I love to do, which is YouTube, being artistic and all that. So it's really been a struggle between having like this creative block and then needing money or like, needing something to do. Yeah, I want YouTube to be my income source, but I've also been like pushing myself away from social media. Hopefully no longer. I want to continue creating amazing content and I want to continue learning and growing and just being like artistic with my videos. It's one of those things where you just kind of have to choose which struggle you'd rather have, and I'd rather struggle doing YouTube than I would at a job. It was just harder to like switch myself back into that lower mindset than it would be to just quit and kind of just figure it out. But since I've kind of been in my house and I set up my space and just been in my own energy, I've felt the inspiration again to start making videos. And it's really awesome just how cleaning up a little bit, setting up a space for you to be, just puts you in that mode to like want more. And that's awesome because I was sitting on the floor. I had taken this couch out of here. I had been watching a lot of stuff about different cultures that sit on the floor and that it's like a lot better for you. But I took the couch away. I set up over there with a rug and a pillow, floor pillows for me to sit on. I like ordered all this stuff from Amazon to make my little corner over there, and I was like, I'm gonna work on the floor and be on the floor and it's gonna be so nice and healthy for me. I could not go from sitting on something to sitting on the floor cold turkey. It's just hard. It feels good for a little while, but then you start feeling like you really need a chair or you really need something to like support your back. It's just easier for me to film and edit and sit on a couch. It's just a little bit more comfortable. I know I've been Americanized, but I'm still trying to implement the sitting on the floor as much as I can. And I have my little floor pillow right there when I do my makeup or I meditate on the floor, stuff like that. And I still do yoga on the floor, obviously, but it's just hard to like have that as your like number one seating area. I didn't feel like I was in the correct workspace, so when I was sitting on the floor, it felt more like a relaxation or a meditation kind of area rather than like a work area. So it was like another one of those things that was deterring me from doing my work. And yeah, a while before this happened, I had actually like got into an altercation with some of my friends who they're supposed to be my family. They're supposed to be there for me and love me unconditionally no matter what, or at least that's how it's supposed to be with your family. And I know family's not always like that or whatever, but we had actually gained a really close relationship, like friendship. They kind of just let that all fall apart, so that was on my mind and bothering me for a little bit. But I just realized, I was watching this video on TikTok earlier actually where the girl is like talking about how once you start loving yourself and you start seeing your full potential, all these people around you just become that much harder to love. It's just that you're on a different level than them now, and you realize that like these people are not going to try to love themselves anytime soon, so you kind of have to move on because that then makes it unhealthy for you to have these friends around. It sucks because sometimes there are friendships that you've had for years, or like I said, family, where you should be there for each other unconditionally. You have to remove them from your life because it's just not beneficial for you anymore. Let me find this video so I can explain it better. Yeah, so it's basically saying when you start your spiritual journey, you start to observe the people around you and you kind of start to notice that none of them love themselves at all. And then you realize not only do they not love themselves, they have no plans of learning how to love themselves anytime soon. So now, by them not loving themselves properly, it makes them unhealthy people to be around. And this is my favorite part. And now because you love yourself, you only want a certain type of treatment that is rooted in love. That just resonates with me so much because not very long ago, I used to have all these friends and people around me. I was always giving my all to them, always there, almost bugging them. It's just those people that you always feel like you're there for them, but they're not there for you. You're constantly there when they call, you're constantly a shoulder to cry on, but when something happens to you, they're busy, they can't come, they don't answer the phone or the text. And it's a bummer because you feel like you put your all into these relationships and into these people and they weren't there for you when you needed them. And they weren't honest with you when you were honest with them. When you are in a friendship, you need to be able to tell your friend things that you don't like. Friendships are not always rainbows and butterflies, and you're not always going to be big ol' best friends and always agree with each other and always do everything the same. There's going to be things that you need to tell your friend, I don't really like that, or I don't really respect that, and I feel like you're not respecting me. There's going to be times where you need to be straight up with your friend, and if they can't accept that and they can't say, yeah, I'm sorry, I fucked up. Or tell you, I don't like when you do this. That's the thing that I don't like about some friendships is that I can tell that you don't like that I'm doing something, but when you're gonna sit there and act like everything's okay, I'm not gonna change a thing that I do because you didn't have the cojones to tell me that you don't like the way that I'm doing something. So if I didn't know, how am I gonna change it? How am I gonna better myself to help you, to make our friendship better? And that's the thing is that like, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna say, I don't like that, and I don't like the way you do that, and this is why it bothers me. And if you can't be real and say, well, I'm sorry, but this is this, then that's not a true friendship. I need someone to be real with me. I need someone to tell me when I'm messing up, and I need someone to appreciate and acknowledge when I tell them that they're messing up. Not from a place of hate or a place of jealousy. It's just that you're my friend and I care about you. I don't think that that's the right thing to do. Your friends need to be able to tell you when they don't think you're doing the right thing. You can't always sit there and sugarcoat things for your friends and tell them, yeah, dude, I love you. Keep doing what you're doing. Sometimes you don't want them to keep doing what they're doing. Sometimes it's wrong for them to keep doing what they're doing. So this is why friendships are hard when you're like going through your awakening or your spiritual journey or whatever you want to call it. It's because everybody else isn't. That's okay. It's just not what resonates with you anymore. So when you're sitting here telling them about your shadow work and your crystals and your manifestation, your meditation, everything that you're doing to better yourself, they're not on that frequency, so they're not going to tune in and communicate with you the way you'd like. So just understand the you that didn't love themselves created a community of people around them that felt the same way. And now that you love yourself and you've changed and you've accepted the way that things are, your community has to too. Your community has to change, and that's why you will just fall right out of alignment with those people that you used to resonate so much with. It's okay. I'm learning that it's okay, and I have to learn to not take it so personal. First of all, this is just the point that they're at in their journey. Second of all, that's just who I am right now, and that's just who they are right now, and that's fine because I am me, and I'm going to continue to be me. I'm not going to drag myself down or forget things that I've learned just to be with other people. You know, other people aren't that necessary to where you need to change your thoughts and your ideals and your point of view to be with them. And once you start realizing that, you will start losing friends, but you will also build a stronger relationship with yourself, and that is so important. It's so important to love yourself really before you love anybody else, because how can you love anyone else fully if you don't truly love yourself? Another thing that's also really exciting for me right now is that we are moving. Yes, I'm so excited. I'm moving back to Taos. If you guys have never been to Taos, New Mexico, it's beautiful, and I'll just pop up a few pictures here, but that's where I'm going to live. I'm going back to Taos, and I love it so much. I miss it so much. The town that I live in right now is just like very negative. It's hard to live here. I moved back to my hometown because my family lives here. I love my hometown. I grew up here. It's just hard because we live by the highway and there's constantly people walking by our house. Not just people like crackheads, drug addicts, whatever you want to call them, fucking crackheads. Our dogs are constantly barking at them. Our dogs keep getting out of the fence because our fence is just really flimsy. So yeah, my dogs keep getting out. People keep walking by. The previous drama that I mentioned had me in a freaking fight with a crackhead. I got in a fight with a crackhead here. I don't want to live in a town where I have to worry about getting in fights with fucking crackheads, you know what I mean? It's just really hard here because there's no food, there's nowhere to go, there's no people to see. Any place you live, even if there's not stores and there's not people, you at least have mountains or trees or water or something. There's nothing like that here. It's literally the plains. We're on the fucking plateau. There's nothing. It's just flat for fucking miles. There's nothing here. There's no river for me to run to when I'm feeling disconnected. It's just a lot of things about living here that are just shitty, and I'm really excited to move. I don't want to talk about all the shitty things though. So if any of my friends from Taos are watching this, I'm really excited to see you guys, and I miss you guys, and I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to be back there. There's just something about Taos that makes you want to be there. The mountains, the people are beautiful, the food is delicious, and I just can't wait to be back in all of that. It's not like a giant city where you're worried about things all the time. It's still small enough, but it's not as small as here. The town I'm living in the population is like, what, 400 or 500 people? So it is tiny. Normally people say tiny town and they mean like 3,000 people. No, this town has literally like 400 of us motherfuckers just in here, and we all know each other. We all fucking hate each other. I can get a little negative, but I actually love my hometown. I don't want to live here anymore. It's not for me. There's no opportunity. I don't know. I just want to be in Taos with the artists and the people and the food and the mountains and the nature. I can't wait. Another thing about moving is I have so many clothes that I need to get rid of. So many clothes in my closet. You wouldn't believe. I need to get rid of half this shit before I move because I'm not packing it and taking it with me. That's gonna be another video that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna throw away literally more than half of the wardrobe. I was actually thinking of asking you guys if you think I should do like a Depop where you put your used clothes on there and people buy them, because I have a lot of stuff that I've worn like once that I don't like, but it's brand new and it's beautiful and somebody could buy it. The people who watch me on YouTube or the people who follow me on social media, if you guys would be into that, looking through my closet and pretty much buying my old clothes, like you could totally do that if I had a Depop. Is that something you guys would be interested in, or should I just not waste my time and just throw away all of those freaking clothes? It's gonna be another video. I'm gonna go through my entire wardrobe, go through all of my clothes, get rid of all the ones I don't like. If there's nice stuff on there for me to sell, who knows, I might just open up a Depop and sell it. So other than that, everything else has been feeling so good. Everything else has been going so well. My dogs are both doing awesome, and my new puppy, he's training so well. He's practically like an old dog already. He understands everything I tell him. Me and Lorenzo have been so good. Like me and Nevaeh have been so good. We are starting to get a stronger relationship and bond, and I'm so proud of that. Last week we had so much fun together. Genuinely enjoyed each other's company. We baked cupcakes and did all this fun stuff. So it was just really nice having one of those moments where you're just having fun together, and I guess that's what it feels like to be a mom. So it can be hard in some aspects, but also it's just really fun raising a kid. I didn't have to like get pregnant or give birth, go through all that crazy shit that I'm not even sure if I want to go through. And I freaking have a 7-year-old daughter. That's awesome, man. And it's really cool to just relearn those bonds that were kind of broken for me as a kid. Everything has just been falling into place. I quit my job and I don't feel bad about it. I'm really excited to keep doing YouTube for you guys. I'm really excited to continue editing and filming videos. It's just like one of the funnest parts of my life. And I hope you guys enjoy watching it as much as I enjoy making it. I'm back to stay, and you guys are not going to get rid of me that easy. So thank you so much for all your support and continuing to watch my videos. I promise they're going to get a lot better. I'm just so grateful for you guys who are here with me, especially at the very beginning. It's honestly so amazing to see how many people will support you if you just do what you love, and I'm so ready to continue and keep going at this with my everything and just thank you guys so much for all your support. I'm so grateful for you guys. Love you. See you in the next one.